Hey, Ma, so let me ask you something real quick. What made you, just from, like, I don't necessarily know your whole upbringing, but, like, what made you, like, want to go hard, or just, like, for example, you used to be out here shoveling snow, like, you know, after you and my dad got divorced. Like, what made you, like, do that and not, like, try to make us do it? Because you actually, you showed us the way first.
Well, that's it. You just took the words out of my mouth. I was leading, trying to set an example. What I wanted you all to understand that it's not a man's job or a woman's job, it's a person's job. Certain things has to be done. I'm just you being a person, being a homeowner, not saying that, okay, I don't have a husband any longer, so now my grass can't get cut or my snow won't get shoveled. So I just wanted to go hard and be the best and show my sons what it is to have a better life.
Yeah, you know what's crazy is, I remember, you know, because Pete taught me how to cut grass. He actually taught me over here. We actually started over here first, and then we came to our crib. But what's crazy is, and now that I even look back, like, I don't really remember you giving me like a lot of praise for, which was great, because it's like I kind of adapted to, okay, this is the normal of cutting grass, you know. And I feel like you really just been supporting me all these years that I just been cutting. You know, you made sure we always had all the equipment, made sure that we had lawnmowers and weed whackers. Like, let me ask, did you ever think, I wonder if Mike gonna ever do anything with this one day?
No, basically I just thought that when you become a homeowner or become a young adult, which you are, that you would be able to take care of your home, maintain your yard, your grass, shovel the snow, and whatever else needs to be done around the home.
Yeah, so I really just want to say, because I don't really think I never told you, but I appreciate how you raised me on that. I feel like some parents, they kind of make their kids do that. And you know what's crazy? That's kind of like my mentality. Like, you ever thought about doing such and such, kind of like the persuasion method? But I feel like you made sure all the tools was here, and you just kind of like allowed me to be in a position to where I can pick and choose if this is what I want to do. And then you would tell me sometimes, like, yeah, you know, Riri wants you to come through and cut her grass, or such and such want you to come and do their grass. And what's crazy is you never like pointed the finger towards lawn care. Like, you need to get you a business, but you never turned on business when people would tell you, hey, do your son cut grass? You always, you know, will put me into that atmosphere.
Right. And it's just one thing for you to just live and learn. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You learn as you live. As you go along, you grow.
You know, but I do want to say this, you know, and really just to the viewers, you know, a year ago, I had made the decision. Well, actually, not even a year ago, but 2 years ago, I was talking to one of my boys. Shout out to Kadeem McLean, my coach, my man, like, yo, bro, when you gonna do snow? And at the time, I honestly didn't see, like, how would I be able to get a truck? You know, most trucks cost $10,000 and up. And I said to myself, man, how am I gonna be able to get a truck? And I really didn't know what I was gonna do. And so I'm like, you know, everybody talk about how you don't really supposed to ask your parents for nothing. And I have kind of made it a point to where when I moved out, like, my mom kind of raised me like that, to not have to depend on anyone. And to be honest with you, I think a lot of that just came with pride. But last year, this time I had to put my pride down, and I called you, man. You remember when I called you in? Well, actually, I didn't call. I said I called you, and then I wanted to talk to you.
Yes, I remember the conversation.
And if I'm being honest, I really didn't even know how I was going to deliver what it was that I was going to say, because, you know, you're going to ask somebody for a lump sum amount of money, and they might tell you no. And, you know, I asked my mama, like, yo, man, I'm going to need some help buying this truck. Would you be able to help me out? And you like, well, shoot, I ain't necessarily got the money for real. Maybe we can do this. And we tried to get along. And what's crazy is, I really appreciate you for that, man. Just to go back, you could have just told me to figure it out. And I was still figuring it out while we was going through. And actually, I was out of time. We was going back and forth. You know, what was going on with the banking? You remember?
Yeah, Miranda, she gave me a lot of runaround, misinformation, and then at the end of the story, she denied the loan.
So we ain't gonna go into all of the details, but I was trying to set out myself. I set out a goal that I was gonna achieve, and I wasn't able to achieve the goal. And my mom told me I went through all the channels, and my mom was like, yeah, son, I'm not gonna be able to, we ain't gonna be able to do it essentially. But they did tell us we could reapply in another year, which was cool. But that process ultimately just taught me, like, sometimes you gotta just have patience. And what's so crazy was I ended up telling my man, like, yo, man, I ain't gonna be able to get the truck. He like, yeah, man, don't even worry about it. And ultimately, like, a year later, coming back to the point to where I'm getting ready to buy this truck, where like a year ago I didn't know how I was gonna do it, and now I don't have to shovel snow no more. I mean, you know, sometimes we still gotta shovel snow, but ultimately what I'm saying is I got a snowplow truck now. You know what I'm saying? Like, we in the game. You know, how you feel about that, man?
I feel great. I just want to say that you never fail unless you give up trying. So if at first you don't succeed, try again. The sky is the limit. The only one that can stop you is you.
Hey, you know what, Mom? Like, I know I wanted to interview you on just this whole thing, but do you remember when you went back to school? How many years ago was that?
Maybe a little over 10.
Was it that long when you went back to school for that stuff?
Yeah.
Like the billing, the medical billing and
Yeah,
coding?
it's been a little over 10 years.
And what was you doing before that?
Before the medical and billing, I worked at Toyota.
Okay, how many years was you at Toyota?
12 years.
Okay, so you was at Toyota for 12 years and...
Senior administrative assistant and accounting.
So not just like regular administrative, but senior.
Senior.
It's a little, it's some power behind that title.
Yes, I was the administrative assistant for 20 management level people.
20 management.
Yes.
And so what happened with Toyota? Like, why did you leave?
I was in an auto accident.
Okay.
And was disabled for 5 years.
You was disabled for 5 years.
Yes.
So what made you try again? Like, you know what, man? Like, cause I'm pretty sure you could have stayed on disability, right?
Yeah, I could have, but that's not the life that I wanted for myself. Once again, like I said, you the only one that can stop you. You know, the sky is the limit. Me, myself, I just want to continue to grow even today. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to just limit myself to, oh, I'm just going to do this or I'm going to just do that. The sky is the limit. You can wear multi-hats. You can multitask. And like I said before, no one can stop you but you. The sky is the limit.
Yeah. And you know, I remember when you did go back to school and like, you remember how long that program was? Because I went to your graduation.
It was like 9 months.
9 months.
Yes.
I think you ended up getting like a 4.0 or something like that, right?
Yes.
And when you went back to school, we ain't gonna tell your age, but you know.
I was older.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I could do the math or read in between the lines. But you remember what your grade point average was?
In high school?
No, when you finished that.
Oh, I had a 3.9.
Wasn't it a 4 though? Remember you said they had shortage you or
They
something?
did, but yeah, it was 4.0, but they had said 3.9 on the paperwork originally.
Yeah, because they ended up, I remember
they corrected
they
it.
reached out to you on the, this was like a month or so later, like, oh,
Yes.
we found the mishap to 4.0.
Yes.
And this was after being in an auto accident for 5 years, and you decided, I'm gonna go back to school and do what?
Broaden my horizon.
Broaden your horizon. And now you working from home.
And I'm working from home, been working from home 4 years now, going on 5.
Which is crazy. Did you ever think you would be working from home?
That was the whole point of me taking the billing and coding, medical billing and coding class, because I can become my own boss. I can, later on down the line, if I choose to, I can do medical billing for individual doctor's office. I'm not limited to just doctors or hospitals. I can do a variety.
I ain't gonna lie, it's really crazy, man. Like, when I look back over my life, like, man, I'm really a replica of my mom. Like, my mom really gave me the game. It's crazy because we got a history in landscaping in our family, don't we?
We do. My great-grandmother and great-grandfather, they had their own landscaping business for years.
Yeah, and it's just really crazy, and I just really wanted to just show somebody, like, man, I still, to this day, I still look up and lean on my mom. Like, what's the one thing you taught me, Mom, when I was a kid that we say? Good morning.
Good morning.
How did I used to respond to that when I was a kid?
Morning. You was not a morning person back then, and still to this day, it's good morning.
Good morning.
Not morning. It's
you know
good
what I'm saying?
morning.
Catch that. Hold on. What you just say, Mom?
Not morning. Good morning.
And what I be saying now when I be calling you?
Good morning.
Feeling real good.
Yes.
Not even knowing that really,
it was instilled in you at a young age.
Now, I never really asked you. I think I have asked you, but it slips my mind. But why create that? Like, why did you start doing that? That whole...
Just positive. It just makes me feel good. It's a good morning. You have to set the tone for your day. And my day is going to be good every day. You have a choice every day in life. You choose to be happy or sad, and I choose to be happy every day. I choose to have a good day every day. Not saying every day is going to be a good day, but I choose to make my days a good day every day. Not saying don't nothing never go wrong, but once again, I choose to have a good day.
Yeah, so I really just wanted to, just kind of like share some light on kind of like where I got my work ethic from. It really all just kind of gleans from my mom, and honestly, I learned some stuff out here today, just not even knowing. Me and my mom, sometimes I might not talk to my mom, maybe a week or two I go a few times. I don't know, I honestly don't know why I do that. But
we do text.
Yeah, we do text.
We text. We may not talk, but we text regularly.
Yeah, but I just wanted to say thank you. You really have supported me in all the things that I've done. Like really everything that I do, you support me.
You welcome, and you made me proud. I'm proud of the young man that you have become, and I did not expect nothing less than what you have grown to be.
I appreciate that. You know, it's crazy. My mama didn't even know. Did you know I was getting that truck today?
No, I didn't.
Yeah, she didn't even know, but she low-key, she knew that.
Just not when.
Yeah, she knew her son was making progress, but she just didn't necessarily know when I was getting the truck, man. But I appreciate you, and I just really wanted to like give the viewers like the perspective that where I learned my perspective from, man. You know, how you feel about all this, and I just really wanted to share with them how you helped me get this truck, because you really did, you know?
Yes.
Yeah, and honestly, I ain't gonna lie. Like, the process started, and like once we started that process, I just like kept on going. And I feel like that was the fuel that I needed. Like sometimes, like my mom wasn't able to help me with the loan, you know, it just didn't go through. But her just starting the process, like that was enough. So let's
motivation.
Yeah, you know?
And sometimes you just have to be self-motivated, you know what I'm saying? You just gotta look for your future, your happiness, what you need to do for you. Not what others feel that you need to do, but you do what you need to do for you and what's best for you.
Yeah, years, you know, I've been watching my mom get up early in the morning, you know, even when she didn't necessarily want to. I'm talking about back in the day when I used to get suspended from school and I might have to stay home, and she like, yeah, make sure you ain't allowed to do X, Y, and Z. But you know, I had the opportunity to see my mom go to work every day, and really, you know, she instilled a lot of like self-reliance. You know, how to depend on yourself, and why. Like, where did you get that from?
My mother, when her and my father divorced, nothing changed in the household other than it was just one less body. And my mother did it all. She continued to go to work, she provided, she did everything. And that's what motivated me to continue in her footsteps. Once I got divorced, I was still able to continue to go to work, provide, been in this house 30 years plus, and just seeing my mom being the strong black woman that she was, and for her to provide for me just made me more susceptible to doing the same for my family, for my sons.
Yeah, so I appreciate that, Mom. You know, definitely paid off, you know, and I'm gonna continue to strive for greatness and just everything that you taught me. So that's all, Mom. So usually at this part of the segment, we tell the people to pass go, and collect
200.
Yeah, collect your 200.
Collect your 200.
Peace.